The deputy thought it was just another abandoned barn, until his canine stopped, growling, refusing to move. Then came a faint clinking sound, like chains in the dark. When he pushed open the dusty door and followed the dog, nothing could prepare him for the nightmare hiding inside. Sitting in the passenger seat, his loyal canine partner, Rex, scanned the surroundings with sharp, alert eyes. The town was small and quiet, and nights like this usually passed uneventfully. Cole hummed softly to himself, comforted by the routine, unaware that tonight would shatter everything he thought he knew about this peaceful countryside. As the car rumbled past a stretch of neglected farmland, Rex's ears suddenly perked up. The German shepherd sat rigid, staring into the dark silhouette of an old, weathered barn perched near the tree line. Cole slowed the vehicle, frowning at his partner's sudden change in demeanor. He had patrolled this route countless times, and never once had Rex reacted like this. He parked the car on the gravel shoulder and stepped out, the crisp evening air biting at his face. Rex jumped down, sniffing furiously, as if drawn to a silent, unseen call. Cole followed Rex toward the barn, his boots crunching over the dry, straw-covered ground. Every step closer made Cole's pulse quicken. Rex paused at the entrance, sniffing the air before letting out a low, rumbling growl. The officer shone his flashlight into the dark interior, revealing a maze of dusty beams, rusted farm tools, and old hay bales. It looked abandoned, exactly as he'd always assumed. But the dog didn't move, and that unease in Cole's stomach deepened. Rex suddenly barked, sharp and commanding, the sound echoing off the wooden walls. The noise startled a flock of pigeons that had been roosting in the rafters, sending them flapping into the twilight sky. Cole stepped cautiously inside, his flashlight sweeping across the dirt floor. The air smelled of rot and something faintly metallic, almost like rust or blood. Rex's barks grew louder, more urgent, as he padded toward the center of the barn. That's when Cole noticed it. A small, square section of the floor slightly raised, the edges outlined in dust. A hidden trapdoor. His heart pounded as he approached. Cole knelt by the trapdoor, brushing away layers of dust and hay with trembling hands. The wood creaked under his touch, and a cold draft seeped from the cracks, carrying a faint, sour odor that made his stomach turn. Rex stayed at his side, growling low, his eyes locked on the hidden door as if he already knew the horror beneath. Cole slid the rusty latch free and hesitated for a breath. Then, with a sharp pull, the trapdoor lifted, sending a cloud of stale air up into the barn. What he saw below made his blood run cold. A narrow staircase led into darkness, and from that darkness came a sound, a whimper, so soft he almost thought he imagined it. Cole's heart hammered as he shone his flashlight down the steps, revealing dirt walls and chains glinting faintly in the beam. Tiny, frightened faces peeked from the shadows, children, gaunt and trembling, their eyes wide with silent terror. Some were shackled to the walls, while others huddled together on the cold ground. The air was thick with fear and despair. Cole's breath caught in his throat. 31 children. Here, hidden beneath an old barn no one ever thought to search. He whispered, "Oh my God." Rex followed close, his body tense, ears perked, ready to defend. As the beam of the flashlight swept across the dirt room, the children flinched, shielding their eyes from the sudden light. A little girl, no older than 6, whispered, "Help us." Her voice cracked like dry twigs, and the single plea shattered Cole's heart. He crouched low to meet their eyes. "It's okay. You're safe. Now, I'm going to get you out." The words felt like a promise he was desperate to keep. Several of the children were chained to iron rings embedded in the walls, their wrists raw and bruised. Others trembled in a huddle, too weak to stand. Rex gently approached, sniffing them, and wagging his tail, his presence softening the terror etched into their faces. One boy, older than the rest, whispered, "We thought no one would find us." Cole swallowed hard, fighting back tears, and pulled his radio from his belt. "Dispatch, this is Officer Cole. I need immediate backup and medical units. I've located multiple children." His voice faltered. "They're alive, but barely." The barn was silent again, except for the quiet sobs of hope. Within minutes, the night erupted with flashing red and blue lights as multiple patrol cars and ambulances screeched to a halt outside the barn. Officer Cole led the first responders down into the cramped underground room, his flashlight beam guiding the way. Paramedics gasped at the sight of 31 frail, frightened children clinging to the dirt floor in chains. "We need blankets, water, and bolt cutters, now," one medic barked. Rex stayed by the entrance, watching every stranger carefully, as if guarding the children he had rescued. One by one, the children were carried out into the night, wrapped in thick blankets, and shielded from the cold air. Some sobbed quietly, others clung desperately to their rescuers, as if afraid to let go. The older boy, still trembling, refused to release Officer Cole's hand. "Don't leave us," he whispered. "Never," Cole replied, his voice thick with emotion. Outside, the once terrifying barn now served as a place of hope, with ambulances lined up to whisk the children to safety. Rex trotted between the rescuers and the freed children, tail wagging gently, his instincts never wavering as he oversaw the miracle unfolding. The children were safely transported to the hospital. Investigators swarmed the old barn and the surrounding property. Inside, they discovered crude sleeping areas made from hay and rags, a few broken toys, and a ledger filled with strange markings. It was clear this operation had been going on for months, maybe even years. Officer Cole stood silently, fists clenched, as the lead detective explained that the children had likely been taken from various small towns, hidden away in this forgotten corner of the countryside. How could no one know? Cole muttered under his breath, struggling to process the horror of the situation. Witnesses from nearby towns admitted they had seen the man occasionally, but no one suspected the truth. Cole watched as Rex sniffed along the edges of the barn, pausing at a concealed trapdoor the officers had overlooked. Beneath it was another tiny, empty room, a chilling reminder that there might be more secrets yet to uncover. That night, Cole swore to himself that every single responsible person would face justice. The following days were a whirlwind of emotions for Officer Cole and his loyal K9, Rex. News outlets across the country reported the miraculous rescue, calling Rex a hero who had saved 31 innocent lives. Hospitals released statements saying the children were malnourished but expected to recover with proper care and love. Cole visited them often, bringing Rex along, and each time the dog's presence lit up the room. Children who had once known nothing but fear and darkness now reached out with trembling hands, petting the dog that had freed them. For the first time, their laughter began to return. Cole stood in front of the memorial with Rex at his side, reflecting on the night that had changed his life forever. He thought about how close they had come to leaving that barn without ever knowing the children were there. Rex nudged his hand, as if to remind him of their unspoken bond, a promise to always listen to instinct, no matter the odds. Cole looked down at his partner and whispered, "We did good, buddy. We did good." Weeks after the rescue, life slowly returned to normal, but Officer Cole couldn't shake the images of those children from his mind. He began volunteering with child advocacy groups, sharing the story of Rex's bravery to raise awareness about hidden abuse. Rex became a local celebrity, visiting schools and community centers, his calm presence giving comfort to children who had lived through trauma. News crews followed their journey, capturing the heartwarming bond between AK-9 and the children he saved. Yet, deep down, Cole knew their work was not over. Evil like this could be lurking in any quiet corner of the world.